What's up, y'all? It's Raw98 coming to you, and this is what I eat in a day as a raw vegan. Starting off with 11 Cara oranges, great way to start the day. Next up, we're going to do a little juicing. I don't do a lot of juicing, but it's nice to have a juice once in a while. This one here is going to be a carrot apple ginger. We're starting off with a big chunk of ginger, peel up a few carrots. And this one here, I'm throwing 3 apples in. This will make roughly a quart of juice, and the good old Jack LaLanne centrifuge style juicer works pretty well. It does give a pretty good yield, but not as good as a masticating style juicer. Let's get into it. There we have it. Just pour this into a glass jar. Carrot apple ginger. Whew, it's a great way to start the day. And a lot more energy I get from this than a cup of coffee. So I'm going to take this honeydew melon next, and I'm going to blend this up, and this is going to be prepared for a little bit later in the day. I'm just going to throw this in the blender with a few chunks of ice and put it in a jar, throw a lid on it. That way when we get ready to take our road trip, we're actually going to do a little sauna trip. And I'll have this, that way I don't have to eat and drive, I can drink and drive. So I'll also do some kale chips for this drive, and these are quite a bit more than what we'll eat today. This is going to be just a kind of a road snack, as well as we'll be able to have some for a later day. Kale chips are amazing. I like different dressings on them, and if you do them right, they still have just a slight bit of give to them. It's all about not dehydrating them too much. About 95 to 100 degrees for about 10 hours, I feel like works pretty good. I'll dehydrate them for maybe a few hours and then flip them, because if the dressing is, real runny and kind of thick, they will stick to the mesh. But look at how thick these guys are. They are so delicious. It's really, I call them crackish. They're addictive. They're hard not to just eat them all. So next I'm going to prepare dinner. And this will be ready for when we get back. It's going to dehydrate through the day. And just take these mushrooms and I'll wipe them off with a moist paper towel, and just to kind of get some of the dirt off. Quite a bit comes off, and so I'll just clean these up. And what I like to do is I like to pop off the stem of the mushroom, and then that way it just cuts a lot easier in the egg slicer. I like to use an egg slicer for slicing these because it's a real even slice. It's very fast and efficient. So I'm just going to prepare these up. Now that that is done and mixed up real well, I'm just going to throw this in the dehydrator, and this will sit throughout the day. Just pop it in there, about 110, and let it sit. Next, I'm going to eat a salad before we go on this trip. So I have 2 heads of romaine and 6 Roma tomatoes. And I made a dressing. This is kind of a cashew-based dressing. It's about a quarter cup of cashews with some lemon and some apple cider vinegar and some garlic and some pepper and onion powder. Now we're up at the sauna, and I have brought a papaya with me, and this is a great snack to have, especially as you can see we've got the snow in the background and a delicious snack. Now we're back and it is dinner time, and you can see these vegetables look like they have been basically sauteed. They look cooked, and it's because they've sat on the dehydrator throughout the day and just soaked in that marinade, and they're very delicious, very, very delicious. I highly recommend getting Lissa's book because her dressings are unbelievable. So let's take a look at what we got today for nutrition facts. I like to use Chronometer. Chronometer is a great app because you can type in what you're eating throughout the day, and it gives you a good breakdown, and you get to see if you're hitting all your levels. It gives you everything, you know, in a sense. I mean, you get your list of vitamins, your list of minerals. You can see what you're hitting in your carbohydrates, your lipids, or your fats. It even has, of course, the protein. So you're able to see how well you're hitting all of your numbers, and you can adjust day by day. You're like, okay, maybe I didn't do that well today. Now maybe I can do a little bit better tomorrow. But if we see where we're at, I got 3,535 calories today, you guys. On a raw food diet, it's not hard to get everything that you need. Well, anyways, till next time, guys. Love ya.